Craft away, sir. I'll be waiting to appraise the results of your expertise. All done now, are we? Now, let's have a look at the trads you've made out of... Gods be good! I can scarce believe it. Craftsmanship is exemplary. You say this component is to be used in the construction of an airship? I can't imagine what type of hull you mean to build. Tell me, adventure. Who commissioned this work from you? I must know. Yeah, you can know. It's an XIV. Oh, what? Why, that's incredible. Not to mention fascinating. Though I must wonder how one came to commission an adventurer for airship parts. There was an odd rumor making the rounds around the engineers at the company. They say a group of XIV had carved out a secret camp in the Black Shroud and were conducting trials for some kind of secret weapon. I thought it idle gossip at the time, but it would appear the tale had merit, after all. Your XIV master seeks to craft an airborne vessel of war. I will not allow it. Transforming the wonder of air travel into a means for delivering death is blasphemy of the highest order. But Master Tataramu, what do you mean to do? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to march right into that secret camp and give those blasted birdsmen a good telling off. Best stay out of my way. But you cannot simply... When it comes to airships, I'm afraid Master Tataramu's passion overpowers his capacity for common sense. I wonder if he even has any idea where he's going. Here, you'd best take your finished component and complete the delivery. Your appraiser appears to have forgotten it in his haste to rush off and chastise the XIV. Just who is Master Tataramu? Could tell you, but that wouldn't be very exciting now, would it? Perhaps you might ask him yourself. And because we're Weaver, we can see that that would be our next quest whenever we decide to do Weaver quests. I've heard of people doing basically the entire leveling up of a Weaver without ever... What the crap? That's why we don't travel that zone as a... in Weaver. Gotta remember to change into a melee class for the actual travel. And I am going to run an ad while I run over there. That is, that's an emote, alright. I'm just gonna sit here next to Sezzle and, wait for the ad to run its course. I really want to know what the chugging hot sauce one was about. Okay, we almost out. There we go. Sup, Sizzle? Squawk, squawk. Returned you have. Able to craft components you were? Right here. Made this you did? Yes. Service Westless will begin construction on hull we can. Rarg! I finally found you. I never realized just how big this forest was. Who is small, angry, featherless one? Never mind who I am. 'Tis you who are on trial here. Are you not the XIV master who seeks to build a death-dealing airship and bring war and destruction to Gridania? If you know respect for the virtuous field of engineering, your uncouth plan will irretrievably sully weapons on an airship? Simply monstrous. Squawk. Mind your tongue, you shall. Making our ship with weapons, Cecil, is not. Been telling tall tales someone has. Do not try to deny it. I've seen how the XL stole our technology to build these horrendous war balloons. Your kind know naught but killing and mayhem. Squawk. Blather too much, angry one does. See's not enough. Look at design under own feet, you should. This schematic. It contains elements of both dirigible and airship. I've never seen the like. Hybrid vessel Desulqualan it is. Fly very high it shall. Ceiling altitude of 5,000 yalms. 5,000 yalms? That's impossible. An unattainable fantasy. Even Master Garland's Enterprise cannot reach such heights. You speak of visiting the heavens themselves. Yes, the heavens. Rap on God's door we shall. Knock knock. Ayatlan, flying continent of legends it is. High, high above clouds. Place where Cecil's ancestors once lived. Return to Exal's lost paradise we shall. All-consuming goal of Cecil's people it once was. But this dream, shared now by too few it is. Rather worship mad goddess Garuda and squabble with featherless one until on Ixal would. Waste of life, Cecil says. Help a Coddle 9 build balloon airship hybrid and reach for distant sky other Ixal should. What an incredible idea. You have such vision, such zeal. Cecil, I have misjudged you. Must let me work with you. I will see this dream of yours become reality. Squawk. Wish to join Cecil's crew, you do you? Possess some skill at crafting, do you? Yes? Yes. I've studied airship design most extensively. And though my practical experience is admittedly limited, I vow that there are none who match my passion for the craft. Important passion is, but knowledge too you must have. Work you as hard as others, Cecil will. Be spared for your size, you will not. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. Tadaramu at your service. We need to be Weaver for this. What of Archon? Impressed with work Cecil is? Enjoy crafting with Cecil gloves, did you? Like second skin, yes? Protect hands, but allow artisans to make delicate and difficult movements they do. Agree to help the Coddle 9 build Desulqualan, and let Archon keep gloves, Cecil will. What say you, a featherless one? Sprout wings and fly with us, yes? Squawk. Feathers of the spirit we share. Hard to imagine to look at us now, but it is but an age when Ixal flew on power of their own wings there once was. Sad then, that wrath of elementals we incurred. Banished from forest and stripped of gift of flight we were. With younglings hatched outside of forest, something wrong there was. Stunted their feathers were. but lose desire to soar, XIV never did. In place of lost wings, great balloons Sezel's forefathers made. Such ingenuity. Seek to continue their legacy, XIV does. But forgotten joy of crafting own wings, not all Lon XIV have. Grovel instead to goddess they do. Grovel and beg. Fools. Grant them new wings that Garuda never will. Seek only to increase her might, the goddess does. Always more sacrifices, always more crystals. Nothing more than slaves not Alon XIV are, but not at XIV, no. Soar once again we shall. Within Dezul Qualan, our salvation, our waking dream lies. Work hard and see history written, Archon shall. Reputation with neutral with the XIV. Daily crest now available from Yazul Ahwatan. Delivery requests are also available from the XIV Mansiple. Furthermore, you may now purchase wares from the XIV vendor. In the case that you misplace your XIV wrist gloves, a new pair could be purchased from the same vendor. Long time to unlock XIV it is. Thanks to your efforts, construction of the Dezul Qualan's hull has begun, continuing assisting the XIV to see the airship hybrid reach completion. And that just gave us 2 levels as Weaver. Squahawk! The one you two would be able come he is, then to Yazel lend a hand, that we might both escape the claws of the hard. Pluck my posterior bare she shall, if leather-backed plywood for the bladder lining we do not provide. Able to craft this component himself Yazel is, were it not for Akadal's dearth of facilities. Squahawk! Those of Hurstmill suffice they shall, but welcome within their walls Yazel is not. With featherless chatterbox, featherless craftsmen should speak. Squahawk! Able though I am, cursed with terrible fortune I am too. Lost to Garuda-worshipping buzzards, materials for construction urgently required starboard hull components are. Precious materials for preparing leather-black plywood for the hull, lost to our enemies in tree speak. Squahawk! Retrieve the materials myself I would, but able lover Yavel is, not able fighter. Featherless craftsman and fighter both you are, and more than capable of recovering materials. From storage pots retrieve the materials, then for crafting to Streetspeak stables you must go. Open to all featherless facilities there are. Squahaha! Need for special favors there is not. Ill tidings, featherless craftsman. Waylaid by featherless ones, our carrier has been Squahawk. Trapped at best, dead at worst, Yazel fears. Of the essence time was, so risky route no Treespeak stables I bade him take. Larboard hull components to a coddle he was to bring. For the leatherback plywood to construct the hull, materials precious and light. Nearly depleted our supply is. If yet alive, likely in hiding the carrier is. Know you for friend he may not, so with the wind to him you must whisper. Words of power they are, known only to Akadal and their allies. Squahawk! So, I'm gonna want to go into Monk to do this. I need to go there. That is where the components are that we need to grab from pots. Down there is where we need to say hi to someone. And up here is where we need to go to craft a specific item. thought it's only the one of them. Oh, where are you? Somewhere in this circle. Not you. Are you? Ah. Just do exactly what it says. I know you can't see me doing it because my chat box is blocked, but squawk with the wind, featherless nuker is. Grieved and contrite I am. All nukers look alike to me, they do. As a friend of Miqo'te recognize, I did not. These are materials in my stead, I would ask, but that alone suffice it will not. Too late this shipment is. Completed components we must now deliver. Squawk! Open to all featherless, the facilities of Treespeak Stables are. There, craft 3 larboard hull components, featherless friend can. Other recourse we have not. So we got a couple of quests that require us to get to Treespeak Stables. Which is over here. Greetings, friend. Our doors, assuming we had any, are open to all. You wish to process those materials, yes? If you would first permit me to conduct an inspection. My concern was for naught. These materials are both quality and plentiful. In fact, I have calculated the optimum amount required to craft the components you have in mind. I shall hold on to the excess while you work your synthesizing magic. Pray let me know if you require any replacements. And the other one. Greetings, friend. Our doors, assuming it did the same thing. Same thing. Okay. They just say the same thing either way, so we need to make larboard hull components, 3 of them. It helps if I'm a weaver. One. 2. And 3. And then we need to make starboard hull components. 2 of them. This is a little bit more difficult, but I mean, we could make something up to needing 30. And this is only 19. 36. 30? 36. 60 durability, so 6 cast times 6 per cast. Okay, that's that. So let's switch back to Weaver. And then we have to go up to Hurstmill. Coming back here later. something, but I know that look. You've a mind to use these facilities, don't you? It's hardly the first time, suffice it to say. I find it quite flattering, actually, and who wouldn't? The facilities that have worked so hard to maintain are in such high demand is high praise indeed. However, that same demand means that I cannot allow unrestricted access, I'm sorry to say. Oh, don't look at me like that. Can you imagine the state they would be in if I let every traveler have the run of the place? Me no better than a pigsty. But worry not. You may use them if you take this lunch to Palamonte di Tatspire. Simple delivery should be no trouble for a strapping adventurer like yourself. Oh, and do remember to bring me any empty containers you may have. I reuse them, you see. One must never be wasteful. So we gotta do a delivery quest. Oh, the... I should have done this first. What's that? Palamon, here's your stupid food. God save me, today's the day, isn't it? She'll be here any moment. Nope. Is that from Demeta? Thank you. Here, don't forget this. No need for her to come all this way to fetch an empty sack, am I right? Someone was hoping for a personal delivery. I like this month's music. I do so hope Palamont wasn't disappointed that I couldn't deliver his meal in person. Trust you brought the empty sack? Oh, and as a precaution, I must ask that you present your materials for inspection as well. You'd be shocked by what some people have tried to make here. Believe me. My word, would you look how spotless it is? Nothing more satisfying than seeing your man... that your friend didn't leave a single crumb. Yes, your materials. Though unusual, I don't believe they could be used for evil ends. Here you are. You'll note I didn't return them all. There are several times the required materials, it would seem. Whoever entrusted this task to you left out in the bag. To Featherless Nuker. Give only required parts. In case of failure, retain spares. What in the world is a nuker? I don't know, but I don't think it's a nice term. Ladder lining component. That is just barely within my capabilities. Slight improvement. We will put that on before. We'll put that on at some point because we do we will put that on when we are somewhere nearby a Aetherite so that we can put on the glamour. There. That's the sentence I was trying to say before my brain got ahead of me. There is also the ability to... it's not going to let me look at it there. Let me look at it. Timers? There. So you do also have the ability to get like a large chunk of reputation by doing these. So I would need to make 3 amateurs doublets vest, which would require undyed hempen cloth, hempen yarn, leather, and copper ingots. Feathered, my precious posterior yet is, but not for long if featherless craftsman does not deliver bladder lining component. Squawk, a gift to the Ekatal, your craftsmanship is, and a gift to Ixali maidens, Yazal remains. Ha! Squahaha! Nothing more than jest my words are, of course. Never would Mathuli harm his tail feathers, Yazal knows. Buzzard to be feared the heart is, wear her claws lest you suffer her wrath as I have. And the XIV are slightly different in that they give more experience, more rep at the start. They also go up to a higher rank. Squawk! Suffer the barbs of his comrades, the able cannot. Bring me the starboard hull components you must. Squawk! Safe my reputation is. To featherless craftsmen much and more is owed. Rejoin the ranks of the buzzards I wish not to do. Much more beloved my maidens Yazal is. As able revolutionary. Squawk! Without component materials soon halt. Construction of the Dezel Qualon will. Disastrous for Ekatal. And Yazal this would be. Squawk! Materials I expected, yet components you have brought. My mind waylaid courier and featherless crafter did read. Squahaha! Initiative Yazal values much in his allies. Who better than able allies to prove Yazal's own ableness, I say. Rise ever higher I will, with the aid of featherless craftsman and his ilk. And that got us to level 10 with Weaver, and that is, so there's the XIV. So you, as you can see, it's basically like 2.5 days of XIV gets you to rank 1. You can now craft items using Quicksynth. Quicksynth is available for any item you have successfully crafted at least once using traditional methods, and can significantly reduce the amount of time required to create multiple normal quality items. To begin Quicksynth, open your crafting log, select the desired recipe, and then press the Quicksynth button to immediate left to the synthesize button. Quicksynth only focuses on completing the recipe as fast as possible. It is difficult to produce high quality items. If quality is your aim, normal synthesis is recommended. So that is that. Tomorrow, so for the next week, I'm going to work. I should be able to have all 4 of these ready to rank up. 132, 4 days of Amaljaw, 2 days of Cobalt, 2 days of Sagin, and 2 days of Ixal. 3 and 1, 3 and 1. Should have all 4 ready for rank up by next week. But now, we can head back to the Waking Sands.